Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Hey guys, welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and powerful Mr. E.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're going to be talking about a true freak. And Jason from Patreon submitted this one.
Ooh.
The platypus.
Platypus. This is a freaky young buck.
This is the only Instagram argument I've ever been in. Is about the platypus.
Interesting. Instagram arguments, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it was an interesting one. Anyways, we're going to talk about platypus. Very interesting group of mammals.
Group of mammals?
Yeah, well, so they're from monotremes. They're one of the few monotremes left on the planet.
Right.
Which is a egg-laying mammal.
These guys and echidnas.
The definition of monotreme is pretty much an egg-laying mammal. And that was the argument, is that the person that was arguing with me was saying they're not classified as mammals because they lay eggs, and they're monotremes. But let me break down the scientific classification. So they're in the animal kingdom. They are in the chordate kingdom, which is just spines. They are in the class Mammalia. They are in the order Monotremate. The family is, now here's a fun one, Ornithorhynchidae.
Okay.
The genus Ornithorhynchidae.
That was my first guess, actually.
And species, in Antares. But yeah, so they're pretty much native on the east side of the continent and Tasmania. Didn't know that. But yeah, so they're kind of just like on the east coast
Of Australia.
of Australia and Tasmania.
Huh.
They are a true mammal. They are a small order of monotremes in eastern Australia. The duck-billed platypus specifically.
Wait, is there other types of platypus?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Relatively recently, yeah, including giant platypus.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, which could have been the bunyip.
Yeah, we did discuss that on the show.
Yeah, we did. That's kind of what I favored towards.
I like that one.
It's a crocodile-sized platypus.
Yeah. Big old boy.
But no, so yeah, these guys live in rivers, riverbanks. There are the only two families of mammals in which lay eggs. The other is the echidnas, which has 4 species in it.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so literally, platypus are a single species or subspecies, and there's a little bit of argument with that. You could break them down because their range is so long.
Right,
that especially the ones in Tasmania could be a separate species or getting ready to be a separate species.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a hard definition. But yeah, males are venomous.
Yeah, so I knew that, but where's the venom come from?
So let's talk about their unique biology.
Okay.
When these guys were first discovered by white science.
What science?
White.
What's that mean?
European.
Okay.
Like when Europeans first got to Australia and were like taking back animals.
Western science?
Western science. Or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of old white British guys taking everything back.
Carving it up and putting their names on it? Yeah, okay.
Like the pillars from China. They're still missing the one.
What? And it has like King George?
Like literally this temple. This is not the right show. And real quick, there's a temple that has these 6 giant goddess pillars. And there's only 5, and you can see the spot where they cut it out. And it's literally in the front of the British History Museum.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. You can see where they cut it. It's the same thing. Anyways, when these things were first discovered, they thought it was a joke. They literally kept trying to remove the bills off the platypus. They literally thought they were glued onto like a beaver.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen one, they do have a soft bill. It's not like a hard bill like you would expect to see on a lot of birds and stuff.
That's what I always imagined.
It's actually pretty soft. They're mammals. So it's an appearance of a bill.
Does anything else have anything like that? Like
Echidnas
mammal-wise?
almost have something similar, even though their snout's very long and hard.
Yeah.
There are a couple. It depends. This is highly, highly derived biology. So it's actually full of electromagnetic receptors, which we'll get to, why it's shaped and why it looks like that.
Oh, like a shark.
They have the big beaver-like tail to help swim. Now, males have a spur on their hind leg that has a venom gland connected to it.
Only on the hind legs?
Yeah, only on the hind leg and only on males.
Okay.
So this isn't a protection thing per se. It's more of a sexual dispute thing where males are fighting for territory and females and mates.
And
They'll stab each other.
And poison each other?
Yeah.
Or, was that the right word?
Venom. They infect
infect each other.
They
yeah.
envenomate each other.
Yeah, there you go. Envenomate.
But yeah, so
Artificially envenomate.
not artificially. They
Oh,
don't
yeah,
eat
you're
naturally. So there have been people that get stung by them though. Steve Irwin got stung by one. It was very interesting to watch his reaction.
What did he do?
Did not feel good.
Oh, I bet.
I think he was sick for a couple days. It was very odd because it's not like a super potent toxin.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a killer?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, unless you're allergic. It's the same thing with like a lot of these like bee stings and stuff like that.
Okay.
It really sucks. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you're not going to die unless you're allergic.
Okay.
But it was several days. I believe it was Steve. It may have been somebody on his crew.
Either way, that sucks.
Yeah.
Getting stabbed by a platypus.
They're rough. They can be anywhere from 2 to 7 pounds. They're not including the tail. They can be like 16 inches long. They're not a super large animal. Like I said, it will not kill humans, but it's known to kill other small animals, dogs, and it can cause lasting pain for as long as 6 months in humans.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
The amount of poison increases during the breeding season. So their venom glands will actually swell. You can actually see them underneath the skin.
Ooh.
And it's because of what it's for. It's for fighting other males.
Right, yeah.
But they'll use it for whatever.
Huh.
Now, reproduction when on land, the platypus live on burrow on the banks. These holes are between 10 feet and 26 feet long.
Holy moly.
It makes these holes in the riverbanks a little bit above the waterline. That likes them hidden under roots. The female platypus is pregnant. The female makes a much larger hole, up to 66 feet in length. She blocks a tunnel with earth in several places. And at the end of the tunnel, she builds the nest out of reeds for her eggs.
Wow.
The platypus lays eggs in the nest. When the babies come out of the egg, they're about 10 days old, and they hold on to their mother. The mother makes milk for her new babies. The platypus do not have nipples.
So she makes milk, but they don't have nipples.
The nipples, or the milk comes out of small openings on the skin. Once again, very ancient order of mammals.
So it's just like sucking the milk out of the holes on her skin?
So, do you know what a nipple is?
Yeah.
But do you know what its function is?
To squirt out milk.
Yeah, but it's a cluster of holes, a cluster of openings that leak milk.
Yeah, in a centralized location that's like a target. You know where to aim for.
It's still centralized. It's just not as developed.
Okay.
Keep in mind, these are much older mammals.
True, they do have that big bill. I guess they don't have to be as accurate. Just latch on and start going.
They don't. Have you seen a baby platypus? They don't look. Their bill's a lot tinier.
Okay.
The young platypus drank the milk from their mother's skin while she lays on her back. At 6 weeks, the babies have fur and are able to leave the burrow for short trips.
Is that why they call it skim milk? Skin milk?
Because it's from platypus.
Skin, yeah.
After 4 months, they no longer need their mother's milk. These long periods of dependent young, the provisions of milk, make the young learn through play. They have advanced features. But yeah, so basically, they are highly dependent on each other. They have the mammal traits from early on.
Okay.
Being, taking good care of their offspring and all that. But yeah, any questions so far?
No, not really. I mean, they're pretty interesting little fellers.
So yeah, once again, the function of that bill is it's full of electromagnetic sensors.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they hunt in muddy and brown water.
And fish, yeah.
So they mostly eat crayfish.
Okay.
So Australia is famous for all kinds of crayfish, including the giant freshwater crayfish that get up to 7 pounds. They look like lobsters with spikes.
That sounds good.
Except that you should look up pictures of these things. We should do a freaky fauna on them because they look like, imagine a medieval lobster.
Okay, medieval lobster. All right.
They're covered in spikes. Their claws look like, lobsters' claws look intimidating.
Yeah.
But these things look like weapons.
What kind of crayfish?
Just look up giant Australian freshwater crayfish.
Okay.
Because there's saltwater crayfish too.
There is the same one, or like the same thing has like a saltwater version?
No, the group of the animals considered crayfish. So crayfish and lobsters are co-version of evolution, to where they end up looking similar, but they're very distantly related.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh wow, look at these guys. They are pretty and they do look like big old lobsters, but they're crayfish.
Mm-hmm. And they will gut you.
Oh yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, take a bucket full of these guys down to a crayfish boil in Louisiana.
No, they'll boil you.
Oh, these guys?
Yeah.
Ah, come on.
They drown kids
What?
because they pinch onto their foot and lock them onto the bottom.
Jeez, that's scary. That's some big.
It's Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything in Australia is like that. Yeah.
I don't know. They don't
Even the
drown.
crayfish. No, why would you say that? I'm sure a baby they could get.
Oh no, I seen a grown man. They broke his hand.
Like I said, they're as big as lobsters.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a pretty easy rundown of the platypus.
Yeah.
It's a very unique monotreme mammal.
It's the last of its kind.
Yeah, and there's arguments about that as anything we talk about in this show with biology. There's always a group of biologists going this way, a group of biologists going this way about the subspecies thing. As far there's just the one species as of now. Yeah, but there are arguments about that. The echidnas, like we said, are the closest living relatives, and they're not very closely related.
Do you have any idea on their egg size? I'm curious.
I've seen it. I think it's like ping pong ball.
Okay. So a little bit
they're
smaller than
like
chicken.
small otters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
You
they're
said
not
like
huge,
18 inches.
and they lay up. They lay a group of eggs.
Yeah. Oh, they do. It's not just one.
No, it's like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay, cool. Like a puppy.
Yes.
Minus the eggs and
With no nipples.
and no nipples. Yeah.
That's what they named the platypus instead of the duck-billed platypus.
The no nippled water puppy.
The nippless beaver.
Nippleless beaver. That's what platypus translates to in like Swahili.
And something you were asking off air is they do have a cloaca, is what their opening is considered.
Where they're like they're
Everything opening.
Oh, really? So it's like a bird
Or a reptile.
or a reptile. Okay.
Or some marine mammals.
Oh, okay. Man, this is a hodgepodge.
It's ancient. It's it's weird. It's the other way around.
Yeah. It's weird.
The rest of mammals are the hodgepodge
Oh, I
of
gotcha.
picking certain traits and moving on. This
one
guy
just-
is the root.
He's like the
OG.
jack of all trades, master of none, the platypus.
What is the plural of platypus?
Platypi.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know.
This is a commonly argued thing.
What is it?
Platypus,
Like deer.
like fish.
Yeah, or fish.
Now, fish can be fishes, and it depends.
I thought it was fishes.
So if it's one group of the same species of fish, it's fish for plural.
Okay.
If it's many species of fish in a large group, it's fishes.
Didn't know that. Freaky fauna fact.
Freaky fauna fact. I only know that because we had to write it a lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot.
Burned into your memory.
Yeah. Any questions about platypus?
No,
It's
pretty
the
neat.
basic, basic knowledge.
You answered all mine like I had going in. Where their venom spur was. Wait, here's a question. Do they have the spur on both their feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Only males.
Yeah, just males on both feet. I gotcha. Okay.
Their nests are very similar to some ancient dinosaurs as well,
Oh, interesting.
which just proves that they've been around for a while.
These guys are just from a time when the world was different.
There's only one zoo in the United States that has a platypus.
Ooh, where's that? In like California?
I think it was not Oklahoma. I can't remember if it was Texas.
Oh, okay.
We just finally got one. They don't Australia doesn't let them leave.
I understand why.
They are still classified, and the conservation status of them is kind of a big arguing point.
Mhm.
They're near threatened.
I don't understand why they're not just like full on like have 100% protection, because these guys, I mean, it's not like there's anything else around them that's even like them.
Now, there's a lot of animals like that don't have any protection.
Yeah.
And it's because they're locally abundant in some areas, and then other vast areas of the range are completely gone.
Right, yeah.
So it's kind of hard to... I think they should be endangered, personally.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Because they're getting rarer and rarer. But
Right, exactly.
They're not red listed or anything like that. We've talked about a lot of red listed animals on this show. Platypus should be a little more, and I think it really just depends. And we're not Australians, so we can't speak to it.
Right.
Was that your best one?
On that, yeah, for that word in particular, yeah, that was my best go at it.
They are nocturnal.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that either.
Anything else, Jay?
No, this has been a fun little learning experience about the platypus.
So, what's your weekend words?
You know, it's coming. Autumn's coming. Fall. You know, the leaves are about to change. Make sure you go out there and see them before they change, and then notice the changing colors this season.
Leafers. Don't even get me on the rant.
I'm a believer.
Leafer.
I know.
I used to live in Hocking, and all the city people would come down to see all the leaves change on the hills. But they'd park in the middle of the street, and they hated the locals because the locals yelled at them.
Oh.
And it's because we didn't hate them.
They're just in the
Don't
way.
park in the street to take pictures of the leaves.
Leaves, yeah.
Pull over.
So here's some advice for the weekend.
If you're going to go leafing,
Pull over.
Don't stop and take pictures.
Right.
It's the same thing with bears. You know how many people would see the bear on the side of the road?
Yeah, and pull over and get out.
No, I don't care. If you want to go out and try to pet a bear, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you, baby girl.
Hey, have you ever seen that? Okay, right now.
Don't stop traffic.
We keep getting off topic real quick, but have you seen that video of that girl? She's like, Mom, can I pet that dog?
Oh, yeah, it's the black bear.
Can I pet that dog? Want to pet that dog?
No, you can't. It's a bear. All right, guys. I've been the great and powerful mystery.
I've been Jay.
Have a good weekend.
Bye. Hit that
Thank
out.
you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.